original people, this is their knowledge. This is where the Bible, this is where Christ, everyone comes from this. The Savior and all that. Horus, Heru, the Savior. Heru, our hero, the hero of mankind. That comes from that. That's where Jesus comes from. That's where Muhammad, Moses, the whole nine. Wow. Now this is Taharka. Now Taharka, he is another one from the 25th dynasty, and he is in the Bible as well. He's, well, according to some people, we have some theories. One guy wrote a book called The Rescue of Jerusalem. It was written by a Canadian Caucasian male who had adopted 2 African children. And he had a problem with telling them stories because he didn't want to just tell them, like, you know, any old story. He wants to tell them a story that they can identify with. But he couldn't find no African stories on them. So he looked it up and he found out about this pharaoh who was a prince at the time who saved Jerusalem from, I want to say it was Nebuchadnezzar or Sennacherib. Can't remember which one it was. But he saved them. So if it wasn't for him, there would be no Christianity today. Because remember, Christianity comes from Judaism. And Islam comes from Christianity and Judaism. So you thank him for even knowing who Jesus is in the first place. But he's a very important man. And I say that because by the time he was 19, he had led an expedition into Spain. He pretty much helped colonize southern Europe. By the time he was 25, he saved Jerusalem. And he ruled Egypt for approximately 15 years. And during that 15-year period, he restored a lot of temples. He restored a lot of the faith systems that had been lost to Egypt during the conquering from outside influences. Now, this is Pangaea, the supercontinent. Now, we've all heard about Pangaea. Pangaea, or Pangea, however you want to say it. Now, the way our ancestors broke it down, they knew about Pangaea before you. But they called it Ptah, P-T-A-H, or the hill. This represents the hill. The waters, or Nun, represents the ocean. And then you have the atmosphere, or atom, that represents that. So you have, that's another trinity. Nun, Ptah, and atom. And the way the story goes, puts it like this, I'll give you real quick. It says, when the Shabbat is stone, this is how it starts. It says, before the beginning began, and before existence existed, all things were in harmony in the waters of Nun, or the ocean. Over a period of time, or at some point in time, the hill, Ptah, came out of the water. When the Ptah came out of the water, Atum attached itself to Ptah and called all things into being. Sounds like the Genesis story, does it not? Because what did God say? What God say? Come on. I know you want to say. What God say? I'm messing with you now.
Wait.